And I think we're live. I'm not sure. Hang on. We'll just wait for a moment. Yes, it's going. Oh, yes, we're live. Fantastic. Brilliant. Right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Judy L. Moore, and I'm a freelance editor with Black Wolf Editorial Services. Welcome, everyone, to my very first webinar. And I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, because today, Hidden Traps, my book that I've been working on for the last 6 months, is out. Yay! Yay! And it's taken such a long time, and it looks so pretty. I love it. It's just gorgeous. Right. So today, what I'm talking about is not just Hidden Traps itself, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the other bits and pieces associated with Hidden Traps, and just to give you an idea of what you can find in the book. Just a few housekeeping things, just so everyone knows. There is a delay in the recording. So if you've actually joined us live, then there is a little bit of delay between when I broadcast and when it's actually shown up on the various different portals that it's going through. So there is a live chat. If you're around, I would love to actually see you just pop up and say hello, just so I know I'm not alone. But if you're not, if you join us later, that's okay. The live chat is only available while we're actually broadcasting. After the fact, you've got the comments and other areas that you can contact me. So don't feel like you have to miss out because you weren't here live. You can still ask questions, and I will more than happily answer them amongst the comments and, of course, the Twitter and the bits and pieces. So, various different things. Where was I thinking? I have no idea what I was thinking. It's okay. Right, I just wanted to give you a little bit of my background and let you know exactly how Hidden Traps sort of came to be about. Basically, I have a PhD in astronomy and a master's in engineering. I have a background in instrument design. So technology is not something that I'm scared of. It's something that I'm there all the time. Oh, hello, Jessie. Jessie is my producer from KLRN Radio, and she's joining me in the chat. Oh, hello, Jessie. Thank you. Right. So for those of you coming back to my background, I'm not afraid of technology. And of course, things like websites and internets have been around for a long time. I actually remember when they first came around, and that's a bit scary. I had my first website in 2000. But of course, back then, it was all HTML coding. CSS was still very new. There wasn't very much about it. And it was a lot of hard work. And I wasn't meant to be doing it. I was actually supposed to be working as a database programmer. So my boss didn't know I was doing it quietly on the side. So it's okay. In 2013, I decided to shift from my fictional writing being just a hobby, and I wanted to make it a bit more professional, and I wanted to actually look at publication. So I was looking at it seriously for the first time, and there was this one thing that kept coming up: platform, website, platform, website. And I was like, no. I remember from 2000 what it was like to put together a website, and I was dreading the thought the entire time. I didn't really want to do this. And I just sort of said, please, no, please, no. But I sucked it up, and I did it anyway. I took steps for myself to protect myself and my reputation, and I did it instinctively. It wasn't until last year, so we're now talking 2016, that I discovered that what I did instinctively was not instinct for everyone else. There were a couple of these hidden traps that my fellow writing buddies were falling into, and I was a bit scared for them. So I decided it was time that I had to share my knowledge with the world. I had started it as a series of blog posts, but it rapidly turned into something that was a bit too big for a series of blog posts. So here comes Hidden Traps and the way it works. So in the book Hidden Traps, you're going to learn about some of the very important issues about working with a platform. This book is not about how to market your books. This book is not about how to build your platform. This book is about those hidden traps, making sure that you are aware of all the things that you need to be thinking about. And it's all those things that I really wish somebody had told me about when I started, so I didn't have to necessarily learn it all the hard way. And it's just making sure that when you are building your platform for the first time, or reinventing your platform, as the case may be, that you are going into it with eyes wide open. I talk about some of the basics behind web design and some of the common pitfalls that come across in the web design, some of the latest trends in web design, and how some of them are actually not good trends, but some of them are really, really good trends, and that's cool. I talk about how to work with SEO, so that's the search engine optimization. I talk about blogging and social media, and of course working with copyrights, which is important for writers. And there's a lot more sort of thing, a lot of other things. At the end of the day, everything that's in this book, it's about protecting yourself and your reputation. So to give you an idea, today is launch day, and I am so excited about this. And one of the things that I am doing as a launch day is I am actually giving away 2 copies of the book. It could potentially be this one, or maybe it might be this one. Yeah, no, sorry. It's actually different ones, because these ones have actually got my notes. One's an art copy, and of course one's got my notes for today's presentation. And of course the presentation I'm actually giving in, oh my gosh, it's 2 weeks away. I'm actually giving a presentation at the Romance Writers New Zealand conference on this very topic in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I forgot that was 2 weeks away. A lot of work to do, but that's okay. We're okay. A bit rattly, but we're okay. So what we're doing, giving away 2 copies of the books, but it's not a simple matter of sign me up and enter a draw. No, it's not at all. I decided to be a little bit funky, and I put up together a scavenger hunt. So you've got to go through all the different websites and social media feeds and bits and pieces, pick up the letters to fill in the clue, and then you can enter the draw. Of course, if you have problems finding the clues, or you're struggling with the final answer, that's okay. There are other ways to enter into the draw to get your hands on a good copy of Hidden Traps. Hey, if you're wanting information about this, there is links on my personal site, which is judylmoore.com, and of course on the editorial website, which is blackwolfeditorial.com. If you're watching this video through YouTube, the links are in the comment fields below. And if you're watching this on my through Black Wolf Editorial, well, the links are all around you, so you'll be able to figure it out. Right, so why is Hidden Traps so important? Why do I think you guys need to read Hidden Traps? Well, to give you an idea, one of the most dangerous hidden traps is what we call a who is search. If you are creating a custom domain, you will register your domain, and at the time you register it, you'll have quite a bit of personal contact information that goes out there. What most people don't realize is there's actually this other feature that gets on top of your domains that actually hides your details from the public. Now, I'm just going to bring up a web browser window. There we go. And I'm going to go to whois.com. And I want to show you what can happen. Now, this site, whois.com, it doesn't take anything to log in. It's open to the public. Anybody can access it anywhere in the world. Now, I'm just going to type in airnewzealand.co.nz because I know that their site is not, there it is, Air New Zealand. Might help if I can type today. airnewzealand.co.nz. This is a company site within my home country. It's the national airline carrier. But I know that everything that's on my Whois search for airnewzealand.com is going to come up on other searches that I can find other means. But this is what I wanted to show you. At the top of this search, you have the domain and you have information about who is actually hosting that domain. And you've got information about the servers as well. So you can find out server information for this domain. But this is what I really wanted you to see. The registering contact. In this case, it's obviously Air New Zealand Limited, which is the Air New Zealand carrier company. And of course, you have a street address. That street address, of course, is their main business and their main offices in Auckland, and there's phone numbers, and of course, there's an email. Now, let's just for a moment put on our delusions of grandeur. Imagine that you were a multi-time New York Times bestseller. I mean, let's face it. That's like a dream for a lot of writers to be on that New York Times bestsellers list. If your domain in Whois search is actually giving out all of this information, you are going to be giving out so much, and suddenly people know where you live, they have your number, they have your email address. It's a bit scary, but there is a way you can protect yourself. And it's so easy to do, incredibly easy, in fact. So I'm going to show you what the search looks like on my domains. So I'm coming back to whois.com, and I'm going to type in blackwolfeditorial.com, which is one of my domains. And I'll show you what it brings up. So what it's bringing up, obviously, is who I've hired, which is basically rented my domain from. It does give my server information, so you can, if you've managed to work it out, you can work out that I'm with HostGator as my provider. But this is clearly not my information. I don't live in the States. I live in New Zealand. I have not been hiding that from the world. I'm very open about the fact that I live in Christchurch, New Zealand. But this information is clearly not mine. And if I continue to scroll down, there is no trace of my own personal information on this record. It is a cost that you have to pay if you want that protection. It is called privacy protection. If you're on WordPress.com, the privacy protection is added onto your domains, and it's about $8 US a year. With my hosting provider, it's cost me about $13 US per year per domain that I have it on. No offense, guys, but $8 or $13 US a year, even after the exchange rate, the safety of my family, keeping the information about where my home address is and my phone number and my administration email and all that sort of stuff, keeping that information private, it's a no-brainer. It really is. And the thing that's scary about it is that there are some hosting providers that do not offer this. A friend of mine is stuck in that situation. She is now facing the very real possibility that she needs to move her websites just so she can hide her information in this way. For those of you who are wondering about from a legal point of view what the situation is, well, if the cops or the FBI or Interpol or whatever law enforcement agency, if they've got a court order, if they go to your hosting provider, they're going to be able to get your information no matter what you do. So all the privacy protection does is that it hides your information from the general Joe Blow public. It can be called different things. It can be called privacy protection. I think my hosting provider calls it Privacy Shield. I think another one calls it Whois Shield. There are so many different names for it, but if you see something from your hosting provider that says hide your contact details, it's called checkbox, pay bill. Just do it. Protect yourself. It's quite scary to think about what could potentially happen if that information gets out. Okay, I've got so many computers down here, I'm sort of wondering, where am I? Okay, so Hidden Traps is now available. The Whois search is just one of the hidden traps that I talk about in the book. And it is, in my opinion, the most dangerous of the hidden traps that I talk about. But there are some other ones that can be just as dangerous for your physical safety or your internet safety. And there are others that are incredibly dangerous to your reputation. They can make you look like you can't string a sentence together. And for a writer, that is not a good look. That is seriously not a good look. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and, of course, in ebooks from a variety of different retailers. I saw it switch over last night and I saw all the buttons go live, live, live. And, of course, I was really, really happy. Now, there's a question here that says on the live chat, what about the admin email? Now, I sort of mentioned an admin email. And I suppose I probably should explain what I mean by an admin email. I do talk about that in the book. Basically, I have a separate email that is a Gmail type email that is connected to my Facebook, my Twitter, and of course is the owner of my domains. That's actually important because what can happen if you're moving your domains from one provider to another, then what can happen if you no longer have access to your email, you actually lose control over the domain. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to lose control of my domains. I like my domains. I want to keep my domains. So having a Gmail email as your administration email is actually really, really handy. The thing is with that administration email, you do not use it for general communications. You leave it just for administration. So you turn on things like your security alerts. So when somebody tries to hack into your system, you suddenly get an email going, security alert, security alert. You turn on some of those notifications, but because you're not using it for your general communications, then you know that everything that's going to that email is something that you need to be paying attention to. It's the bills for your domain. It's your security alerts. It's notifications that you actually want about your accounts and how they're operating. And for writers, I would actually use your administration account for things like your selling accounts. So the accounts that you've got connected with Amazon for selling your books. It gives you all that information too. There are some other emails that I would have as a writer. And again, I do talk about that all in the book. Now, if there's any other questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, or you can catch me up on Twitter, and that's at Judy L. Moore, or you can catch me up on Facebook. Search for me on Judy L. Moore. And then, of course, you can catch me at either of the websites, and that's judylmoore.com or on blackwolfeditorial.com. All of the links on YouTube are in the comments below. And of course, if you are watching this through my Black Wolf Editorial website, all of the comments, all the links are all around you. They're easy to find, I hope. I'm not sure if I've actually checked that 100%. I'm pretty sure that they're easy to find though. So, remember I said at the beginning of this workshop or at the beginning of this webinar that I am giving away 2 copies. Not these ones, though. You'll get nice, pretty ones. Giving away 2 copies of Hidden Traps. And to fill that in, you need to do a scavenger hunt. So, in fashion of Sesame Street, today's webinar was brought to you by the letter T and the letter Y. Have fun, guys, and do check out Hidden Traps. Remember, it's all about protecting yourself and your reputation. Bye.